All right, let's dive into Skipton. You might know it as the gateway to the Dales in beautiful North Yorkshire, but there's so much more to it. We're going to peel back the layers on nearly 1,000 years of history hidden right there in its ancient stones. So where do we start? Well, right with its name, actually. Skipton comes from Old English for sheep town. No mystery there. It tells you everything you need to know about what this place was built on, the wool and livestock trade. That's been the lifeblood of this region for, more than 1,000 years. And that just sets up the big question for us, right? How does a simple sheep town transform into this royalist fortress, this industrial powerhouse, and, get this, one of England's most haunted places? It's quite a story, so let's get into it. Okay, first stop on our journey has to be the place where it all began, the anchor of this town's entire history for more than 900 years. We're talking about the incredible, imposing Skipton Castle. Just look at the lifespan of this place. It's wild. It all starts back with the Normans, right? Then it gets handed over to the powerful Clifford family, and they really shape its destiny for centuries. But the real nail-biting moment? That grueling 3-year siege during the Civil War. I mean, it was the last royalist stronghold up here in the north, and it almost got completely wiped out. And out of all that chaos, one of the most formidable figures in the castle's history emerges, Lady Anne Clifford. This quote says it all, doesn't it? "I will build my castles and be ruler of my own house." Talk about spirit. She was absolutely determined to save her family's legacy no matter what. And her determination was just something else. She fought this decades-long legal battle just to get her inheritance. And then, she personally bankrolled and managed the whole reconstruction of her war-torn castles. And that yew tree she planted in 1659, that wasn't just gardening. It was a statement, a symbol of rebirth. And unbelievably, it's still there, still thriving today. But, the official history isn't the only thing that haunts these walls. Oh, no. This place is absolutely steeped in spooky legends. We're talking about a photo that supposedly captured the ghost of a Georgian girl, stories of Civil War soldiers still marching the halls, and these persistent rumors of secret tunnels. And then there's the tragic story of the Radiant Boy. It's one of those places where history and ghost stories are completely tangled together. Okay, so let's head out from the castle gates and make our way down into the town itself. We're heading for the High Street, which is really the commercial heartbeat of Skipton, and believe me, it has a rhythm all its own. Now, this year, 1204, this is a big one. This is when King John gives Skipton its market charter. And that simple act, it completely changes everything, officially putting the town on the map as a major trading hub. And what does that lead to? Well, this. Over 800 years of the market running. Just stop and think about that for a second. More than 8 centuries. Through wars, plagues, revolutions, you name it, the Skipton market has been there. It's just an incredible, unbroken thread running through history. And the layout of the high street, that was no accident. It's deliberately wide, perfect for market stalls, sure, but it was also designed to give everyone a clear, straight-shot view right up to the castle gatehouse. It was a constant architectural reminder to every single person there of who held the power. Every road, every glance led right back to the Cliffords. And wow, the people who came out of this town, some of their stories are just amazing. Take Henry Clifford, the shepherd lord. He was a nobleman who had to hide out as a shepherd for 24 years to survive the Wars of the Roses. I mean, that's a story straight out of a movie. And then on the other end of the spectrum, you've got Thomas Spencer. He was born in a little court in Skipton and went on to co-found the retail giant Marks and Spencer. Incredible. All right, so let's shift gears now because a new force is about to hit Skipton and completely reshape it. We're moving into the 18th century and a man-made river is coming to town. And you know what that means? The Industrial Revolution. This, the Leeds-Liverpool Canal, was basically the M1 motorway of its day. Suddenly, this landlocked town had a superhighway for heavy goods. We're talking limestone, coal, everything needed for industry. It completely transformed the economy. And you can see the shift right here. The whole identity of the town changes. It goes from a place focused on sheep and wool to one focused on limestone and coal. Power shifts from the castle to the canal. And the people change too. The old drovers give way to a new generation of mill workers. It's a whole new era.
But all that industrial progress, well, it came at a serious human cost. Let's not forget that. The town's new wealth was literally built on the backs of quarrymen in grueling, dangerous jobs. It was built by so-called pauper apprentices, kids from London workhouses who were shipped up to work insane hours in the new mills. And it was built by the canal boatmen and their families who formed this whole separate community, living their entire lives right on the water.
So let's bring it all into the present. How do all these different threads, the medieval fortress, the bustling market, the industrial engine, weave together to create the Skipton we know today?
I mean, what a legacy, right? It's just full of surprises. You've got one of the UK's biggest building societies, and guess where it was founded? In a pub! The local museum holds one of only 4 Shakespeare first folios in the world that are on permanent public display. It was even the site of a huge prisoner of war camp for German officers in World War I. It's this incredibly rich, complex, layered history that probably explains why it's so often voted one of the happiest places to live in the UK.
So I guess that leaves us with one final thought to chew on. Think about it. These ancient stones have seen everything. Norman conquerors, a lord hiding as a shepherd, brutal sieges, the birth of industry, everything. If those stones could actually talk, what story do you think they'd tell first? Would it be some grand tale of battle, a chilling ghost story, or maybe something quieter? The simple, enduring story of a market trader sitting up their stall, just like someone else did on that same spot 800 years ago.